Ron Jones here with the Bricks, monitoring the developing stories coming in for tonight's Speed Feed. 3D printed guns are back in the headlines once again, folks. But will a ruling that happened today even make a difference? Today, a federal judge blocked the posting of blueprints for those guns. He said the guns can be difficult to trace during a crime investigation and they could cause harm to people. But here's the issue. Those directions are already available and have been downloaded thousands of times. An Atlanta rapper steps in to help a high school student eat. T.I. heard about a Florida student who was denied lunch because she owed 15 cents. So he paid her debt and then some, $1,000, which is good for the whole school year. A piece of movie history burned in Putnam County. My Cousin Vinny filmed at the General Putnam Motel. The state fire marshal suspects an electrical wiring problem. It was currently being renovated.
I'm Rebecca Lindstrom. A new federal subpoena puts under the microscope every employee that ever worked for former Mayor Kasim Reed's executive office. Investigators in the Atlanta bribery scandal want to know who they met with and when, where they traveled, and what they purchased on those city-issued credit cards. And they want this information for Reed and his employees for the entire 8 years that he was in office.
Strong words from a Georgia senator while he honors John McCain.
But anybody who, in any way, tarnishes the reputation of John McCain deserves a whipping. So I would say to the president or anybody in the world, it's time to pause and say this was a great man.
The White House is once again flying the U.S. flag at half-staff. The Trump administration was criticized for returning the flag to its regular position, even as other flags around Washington remained at half-staff.
In Washington, D.C., they're talking about taking the name of legendary U.S. Senator Richard B. Russell off of a Senate office building. I'm Doug Richardson Winder, and here we've spoken with a descendant of Richard Russell who says, hey, not so fast. This guy was more than a segregationist. John Russell describes himself as an Obama Democrat and also an admirer of John McCain, whose name would replace Russell on the Senate office building in Washington.
A sexual misconduct investigation involving youth hockey players continues after the accused coach takes his own life. I'm Naima Abdullahi. Police say Jason Greason committed suicide the same day the sexual allegations came out. Players from the team he coached went to police. Now, USA Hockey is investigating to see if there are any other potential victims.